Hi everyone. The previous recording got to the end of this page. So this page is all up to, in theory, lesson 3. I didn't do that bit, but you can work that bit out, it's fine. In theory, this is lesson 4, but what it really is lesson 3, part 2. So I'm going to clump this together in just the same lesson, but it's 2 videos, so I'm sorry about that. Right then. So it kind of tells us that sine squared is really sine of x all squared. So we kind of move backwards and forwards between the two, but we'll see as we go, because you'll see me changing it here and there. Right, so I'm going to use a calculator as well. I'd already recorded this, but said it was lesson 4, so I'm starting again by saying it's lesson 3, part 2, don't you know? Right, so I'm going to square root the tan. So I've got 2 options. Then I'm going to do the inverse tan of them. I should be able to find them on my calculator, don't you know? Where's my calculator gone? There. So if I do menu 1, there it is, up there where I've already done it before. So inverse tan of minus 3, making sure I'm in degrees, is minus 71.6. Now I'm looking for answers between 0 and 360. So what I want to do, let me change colours. I want to graph tan x at minus 1/3. So let me go to the calculator. Your graph, oh no, your graph's fine, that's the same place. There. So I want to graph tan x, so I'm going to press the little cross minusy ones and delete it. I'm going to put tan x in, so tan, and then the x underneath the green arrow. And then that was for, was it for 1/3? Or was it, oh no, it was 3, wasn't it? Minus 3, I should say. There. So I'm going to draw it. The question said between 0 and 360, so that's okay. So my minus 1 to 361 covers it. Put a scale in at 90. So it gives you like a dash at 90. So about coughing them down your ear. If it's sine and cos, it's between plus or minus 1. So I do between plus or minus 1.1, so you get a pretty picture. With it being tan, people do between plus or minus 5 or plus or minus 6 or plus or minus 8. So I'm going to go plus or minus 6 this time. It goes on forever, doesn't it? So y maximum is 6. Then press the backup key and then press X here, number 1. And I get a pretty picture out. So if I do tools and number 2 for graph solve, number 4 for intersection, it gives me 108.4. But if you look, I got minus 71.6. So this one here is out of the range. But it's still really important to have it there because it's something you got from your calculator when you first worked it out. But what I want to do is just write down my proper answers. So I've got 108.4. And the next one, because tan repeats every 180, should be just 180 added, which it is, 288.4. There. So that's the minus 3 done. So let's have a look at the plus 3. So let's go back to the first menu. And for inverse tan of 3, it's 71.6. There. And then what I want to do is, let's change color, graph tan x and y equals 3. Overwrite that. My axes should be fine. So just press 1 to graph it. Then I do tools, number 2 for graph solve, number 4 for intersection. There's my 71.6, and the next one should be 180 on from it, which is 251.6. There we go. We've got that one okay. Right, let's have a look at this one. So this is a disguised quadratic. It's 3 lots of cos x all squared, 5 lots of cos x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, I like different teachers do it differently. A lot of teachers will use a substitution now. But I don't do that. I don't bother with the substitution. I just spot it as a disguised quadratic, and I'll go to polynomial, and I'll do 3, 5, minus 2 in polynomial. So let's have a look. So home, so down to equation. Your equation is around number 2, I think. Go down to polynomial, go in that first one, and oh look, it's there from when I did it 10 minutes ago. So it gives me a third, and it gives me minus 2. So I've got answers of minus 2 and a third, but I'm not using y, I'm actually using cos x. So it's up to you. Your teacher probably does the y and then changes it, whereas I just kind of spot and then I'm off and going. It don't matter, does it really? As long as you get the right answer at the end. Right, so let's have a look at cos x. So cos x is minus 2. You know that cos x bounces between plus or minus 1. So that's got no solution. In the past, it was fine to write no solution. Now we have to justify it. So there's no solution as, now we know that cos x bounces between plus or minus 1. So the way I'm going to show it is like this. The modulus of cos x is less than or equal to 1. So from GCSE, do you know I used to do this at GCSE, these the modulus stuff, but I don't think you do anymore. What it means is that cos x lies between plus or minus 1. So that's what it means. Right, let's have a look at this one then. So from my trusted calculator, home and number 1, there it is. Inverse cos of a third is 70.5. I'm now going to graph y equals cos x, y equals a third. So we'll go to there. It's cos x, so just overwrite it. And it was a third, I think. Yeah, third. So I'm going to draw my graph. It's between 0 and 360, so that's okay. It's between 0 and it's between 0 and 360. But my y minimum is 1 minus 1.1 now. It's pointless having it plus or minus 6 because you won't see much of the graph. Oops. Let's do undo again, go back, and then graph number 1. All right, press OK in the middle, and then graph solve, intersection. And I got 70.5. Now from the symmetry of the graph, I've got 70.5 out as 1, but I think the other one will be 360 minus 70.5, which is 289.5. There. And that's the end of, in theory, lesson 4, but actually it's the end of lesson 3. So there you go.